I have no Mozambique. Good morning and welcome. Of course, it's finals day here at the 2025 COSAFA Under 17 Girls Championship. You are joining us here at the Hagegeinkop Stadium in the heart of Namibia's capital, Windhoek, where we are bringing or concluding this year's edition. Of course, edition number 6 for the COSAFA Under 17 Girls. And to help me unpack everything you need to know, especially for this first match, which is our third match playoff, is of course my beautiful analyst joining me now, and I'm joined by Lovisa Mulunga. Thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me today.
And of course, Lady Anonymous, how are you doing? How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling lovely, CJ. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me once again.
Finals day indeed, and we're looking snazzy, if I must say it ourselves.
Thank you.
Yes, let's give a vibe. There we have it. Now let's get things underway. Lovisa, starting with you. We've had quite a bit of a week, loads of drama if you're a Namibian fan in terms of bowing out of that competition. What do you make of this year's edition thus far?
I would really say it was really an electrifying tournament. It was an electrifying championship, and I'm just happy that it went the way that it went, and we could see a lot of pure talent, raw talent, and it was just really exciting to watch and witness such pure talent from these young girls.
Now, Lovisa, touching on pure talent there, but what have you made of this competition for this week, Lady Anna?
This tournament was really something that we needed as a country. Namibia really needed this. It was a great opportunity for young girls all over Africa and all over the SADC region to watch girls of their age or even just slightly older than them, you know, at an international platform like this. A great stage, I must say, to expose young talents, raw talents, great opportunities for coaches to scout for senior teams and, you know, just to see who they need to protect in terms of, you know, nurturing and developing. Definitely a great tournament, CJ. This was a lovely tournament to be at.
Now, Lovisa, apart from the teams, the 4 teams that will be playing today, maybe who is a team that stood out for you in this competition that will not feature on this final day?
All right, I would say definitely Namibia. Namibia surprised me a lot, and I'm also quite impressed with the performance of Lebang, the captain, having even now been top goal scorer as we stand. Namibia really stood out for me, and they performed quite well in this tournament.
Other than the 4 teams and Namibia, I'm trying to keep you away from them. We've heard from Lebang, but who else really stood out for you in terms of the teams that were here at this edition?
CJ, I must say Botswana. Botswana was lovely to watch. These girls have been training together. I heard one of them called Cheeky Monk and stuff like that. You know, like, it's so interesting to see these girls come out here and, you know, just showcase themselves. Botswana was a lovely team to watch. It's a shame that they couldn't advance to the semi-finals. And another team, obviously, for me was Mauritius. An unfortunate results for them in the 2 games that they've played. But I think give this team a bit more time and you should be able to see a force to be reckoned with.
Lovisa, I'd like to touch on Comoros. We've said that they've improved dramatically since the first edition. I mean, their first edition, we've alluded to it so many times. They had 40 goals scored against them in 3 games. That's a staggering amount of goals. Yeah. But then coming to this one and keeping Namibia at bay in that last group stage game, 8 goals first off, but just a mere 2 goals at the very end. What do you make of Comoros and just their progression year after year?
You can really see that work is being put in. We should give credit to the Federation of Comoros because they're putting in their work to make sure that the young girl, the girl child, is looked after and is taken care of and is developed and is prepared coming into either the senior national team or into the under-20 national team. So you can really see that there is work being done in that federation.
Now, Lady Anna, before we move on to today's fixture, of course, we've seen 9 teams playing here, but 6 of them are coached by head coaches, which are ladies. Talk to us about the importance and what you've seen throughout this tournament when it gets to the female coaches on the touchline.
CJ, I think we are living in an era where women are starting to get the recognition that they deserve. These are the right platforms to expose these coaches. If you don't learn at a youth level, you are never going to learn, you know. This is the time you are supposed to make the mistakes. This is where these coaches are supposed to learn what to do. And I think the COSAFA is really a nice platform for them to really just come here and showcase themselves as coaches and just to raise their hands and tell their federations, listen, we are ready. I think a beautiful time to be a woman, if I'm going to say it, yeah.
Definitely so. Beautiful time to be a lady indeed. Now, Lovisa, let's get into the thick of things. Of course, it's the likes of Zimbabwe taking on Mozambique for the 3rd place playoff. Who has the pressure and why do they have the pressure on them?
Yeah, CJ, that's a difficult one. I think it's a 50-50. You can't really say Zimbabwe has the pressure, Mozambique has the pressure, because they all equally want it. They are all equally under the pressure. But for me, it's just a matter of who wants to redeem themselves from the loss of yesterday and get this victory in getting the 3rd place.
Definitely so. Bittersweet moment for both of these teams as they bowed out and couldn't finish and progress to the final. But not all hope is lost. They still have a shot at silverware. Talk to us about Zimbabwe and what your expectations are heading into this 3rd place playoff match.
I think Zimbabwe is a team that has proven to, you know, be a force. This is a team that came in later stages of the tournament and said, listen, we are still ready, we are still here, we want this for ourselves. A shame that they went down yesterday and they just missed out on a spot in the finals. But I think the Zimbabwe team really needs to focus on what they did in the group stages. You know, the likes of Maya really wasn't present in the match yesterday. We missed her. You know, she was there in the match, but her presence and her aura was missed in the game. I think she should be stepping up today. You know, if they really want to take silverware home, Maya should step up. The likes of Dee, very beautiful to watch. Dee embodies so much class when she plays. You know, for a 12-year-old, it is very impressive. We look at her and we are like, wow. At 12, I did not even know how to pass a ball. So this is really impressive to see that a young girl at that age can really step up to the occasion, you know, rise to the occasion and be part of the cream of the crop. I think also another commendable player is Isabella. If Isabella can do what she did yesterday for Zimbabwe, I think Zimbabwe should have a really great game today and possibly will walk away with silverware today.
Now, we've heard of the Isabellas, we've heard of the Mayas, but who does Mozambique have up their sleeves, Lovisa, that perhaps can counter or block whatever those players could bring to this match?
We have quite a number of players from the Mozambican side that performed exceptionally well yesterday against Zambia. The likes of Victoria on the line gave so much pressure for that left back yesterday, and the likes of Edite, a very favorite, Coach Afeni's favorite. She's now moving over into the middle from the centre back. Maybe a strategy that coaches wants to push her up and get those goals for the Mozambican side.
Definitely so. Now, a player that we also need to talk about is, of course, Hazel and what she brings to in support to their goalkeeper. What does Hazel bring to the table? I mean, I can call it probably a fan favorite.
Yes, definitely. CJ, Hazel doesn't bring anything to the table. Hazel is the table. Hazel is the girl she thinks she is. You know, CJ, I watched Hazel yesterday and 2 goal line clearances, and then she had another one where she stopped Mukoma from scoring a goal after her goalkeeper was beat. I think very important to have a player like Hazel in your team. So much leadership at such a young age. You can see this girl knows what she's doing. She's aware of her surroundings. You know, this girl doesn't hold any prisoners. You know, the true definition of a defender is what you see when you look at Hazel play.
Now, for there to be a defender in a team, there needs to be an exquisite forward that is putting pressure on them. And a forward that was missing in Mozambique yesterday was the likes of Jessica. But we see that's one of the 2 changes they've made. Your thoughts on them?
Jessica is coming on. I just want to tell Lydiana, she must watch out. Jessica is on the pitch today, and there's going to be something happening there. So the defenders are going to be a bit shaky. And I'm just happy that the coach decided to put Jessica on today. She will be complemented by Tandy also, because they're having a 4-4-2 system. So Tandy is going to complement her. We're just going to watch some beautiful football today. Definitely.
Now, the likes of Mozambique, I would like to come in there again, Lovisa, created a few chances yesterday compared to the likes of Malawi. Do you think the coach would have looked at that and ironed it out, if you like, before today's vital clash?
I think coach really he reflected back, he saw where he could capitalize on, and that is maybe why he also brought on Jessica, surprise element to bring in those goals basically. So yeah.
Lady Anna, on the opposite end for Zimbabwe, we've touched on her just ever so slightly when we touched on Hazel, but Isabella, the goalkeeper, was really a person that was keeping Zambia out of that net yesterday for most of the first half. Talk to us about her crucial importance going into this match.
I think Isabella is a very important player in the Zimbabwean team. A player with so much heart and courage. You know, she decides, you know, how the team plays. She sets the tone for the match. When you have a great goalkeeper like her that performs so greatly, I think it gives a lot of confidence to the infield players, you know, just to push themselves and do their best. She really tried her best, and I'm hoping that she can do what she always does, which is her best.
Now, on the opposite end of the field, we also have Grasa, and what a player she has been for Mozambique. What does she bring to the pitch?
She brings everything to the pitch, CJ. Watching her play yesterday was really beautiful to watch. You could see that this is really true leadership. She was leading her team right from the back, making those brilliant saves. It was just unfortunate that last-minute goal that went in from the Malawian side that
threw her out.
Threw them out, unfortunately.
Now, Lady Anna, I'd like to move the conversation to something that we've been seeing a trend of is an early goal and the impact it has on a match. What will an early goal do for the likes of Zimbabwe as they take to the field against Mozambique in this match?
Scoring an early goal for any team is the main aim in a competition of this level. In a match of this importance, you want to unsettle your opponent at a very early age. You know, when you score early, you break down their confidence, and you want to break their confidence because the moment the game goes to 0-0 at halftime, your opponent starts to believe that they can beat you, and you don't want that at this stage in the competition.
Your thoughts on an early goal and maybe what it could mean for Mozambique, especially losing out to a late goal yesterday?
I think it will set the tone, it will build confidence, and obviously it will remind the Mozambican side that actually it is doable, we can actually win this game. So basically the momentum will be set if you score an early goal.
Now, Lady Anna, I'd like to ask, if you look at these two teams, where will most of the game be played and why do you think that is going into this first 45 minutes?
I think Mozambique will be dominant when it comes to play today. You have the likes of Yumna, a very active player playing today, you know, a defender that has been moved into the midfield right now. I am looking, you know, to see how they are going to play today. You know, Mozambique, also a very ball-playing team, if I must say it that way. With Zimbabwe, yesterday they were a bit off. I'm not sure if they are going to come to the party today. You know, that is why I'm saying Mozambique might, you know, have the most of the play today.
Most of the play. Something that you would like to hear?
I 100% agree with her. A lot of play will happen from the Mozambican side because there are a lot of very skillful players, the likes of Edita as previously mentioned. Those are really exceptional players that you would want to watch play, and being moved into the middle just makes it even better for the Mozambican side.
Prediction for the first half?
0-0. So
0-0.
yeah,
Close game for Lovisa on this one?
Yeah, neck to neck. But I think Mozambique is going to have one goal. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair to say 0-0. I mean, let's make it interesting. 1-0 for Zimbabwe. Mozambique.
All right, there you have it. Of course, it's 1-0 and 0-0 here on the touchline. It's off to our commentating team to entertain you for the next 45.
We are live and direct from the Dr. Hage Geingob Stadium here in Windhoek, the capital city of Namibia. We bring you the match that is between Zimbabwe versus Mozambique. And alongside me here is my dear sister, that is
Salome Iambo.
Salome Iambo will be my co-commentator this afternoon as we see the two teams making their way out of that famous tunnel at the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium. There she is, the young lady, the young girl from Zimbabwe. And we are talking of Mapua. Can't really wait to see her performing again this afternoon here. Well, after disappointing a little bit yesterday, but then she is here playing for the third and fourth playoff, and now the national anthem of Zimbabwe.
And now the national anthem of Mozambique.
We see the starting lineup of Zimbabwe making no changes there, Salome. I mean, the team that just went on yesterday against Zambia, this time around also coming in the same first 11.
Definitely, Charo, you would want to keep the same team that has given you quite an impressive encounter as they went down to 1-0 in those dying minutes of the game. Really, really great shape, these mighty warriors, as they are known, young warriors. Zimbabwe proven to be really a formidable team. Also entrusting Winnie Mapua, jersey number 9 on the forward there. It's an indication that they want to take this one to be able to take a medal home.
And as you can see there, the match officials clearly indicated there on your screen. We have Delcia De Fatima all the way from Angola, Family Mulewa all the way from Malawi, and Veronica Shindimba all the way from Namibia. And as we see the starting lineup there of Mozambique, only making 2 changes this time around. Jennifer Da Irka Gilberto C2 coming in, and Jessica Marose Andisine coming on. Off goes Isabel and Sunila Lakubaby coming off. I mean, only 2 changes this time around again for Mozambique. Salome?
Yeah, Mozambique also want to make sure that they rectify the errors that came into the previous match, hence bringing in the most trusted players to make sure that they shake off the dominant teams such as Zimbabwe, who really have been dominant, thrashing their opponent with 12 goals to 2. Lesotho, that is one of the best teams we thought would have made it to the final or at least the semi-finals in this competition. They had an impressive run in the tournament, definitely, and they are being, or they faced a challenging semi-finals against Zambia, quite pretty even, but unfortunately, it's never in your favor if you don't put that ball at the back of the net.
And there we are, the first half of this match. Trying here, these two teams to perhaps get the third and fourth position. And this is the only second time now for Mozambique to participate in this tournament. And they really did well last year in December in Johannesburg after topping Group A on their debut with a hat-trick of wins that is in Johannesburg last December. But then this time around really did bad, losing against Botswana by 3 goals to 0, and then against Lesotho winning there by 12 goals to 2. We have their game again. That was that against Mozambique, or rather against Zambia? Yes, their first match against Zambia, they're losing by 5 goals to 1. Really, or rather 4 goals to 0. That is Zambia versus Mozambique. I mean, that was the opener of. Yes, that was the opener of this tournament here. But well, statistics behind now. We are real in this match here at real time. Only 1 minute gone into the first half. And what do you make of this match here? I mean, playing for the fourth and third playoff is not like you are playing the final, Saloni.
Yeah, I think let's really look at the two teams, quite great opponents against each other. We know that they managed to reach the semi-finals. Unfortunately, they couldn't make it to the final. Dima Pua scored Zimbabwe's sole goal in that match, making her, her 5th goal of the tournament and replacing her 2nd in the Golden Boot race as well. But Mozambique, on the other hand, showcased really resilience throughout the competition. They secured a spot in the semi-final, but were narrowly defeated by Malawi with a late goal in the 84th minute. But let's see what they will show they will give us today and who will come out top of this very important third place match that is currently taking place. They both have a very interesting chance to make it statistically, and given the strength of each team, either one can really take it. But I will put my money on Zimbabwe.
On Zimbabwe this time around. Let me rather be the devil's advocate for this, this time around. But then, remember, you can watch this match here on COSAFA YouTube channels, and then FIFA Plus as well, NBC2, NBC radios. We have Nywani FM, Vistor Mumba Matali doing this commentary, and then Kati FM as well, Damien Shumba, and TYS FM, Umpemetse Masake, and Omorari FM, Irishua Morangi. Those are your commentators on our local radio stations. That is, as we come back here, Julia Paulo Fumo, the coach of Mozambique, hoping to end on 3rd position this time around. Will she get that position? I mean, that will be so, or rather an improvement from her team, unlike last year when they took the 4th position, losing against Lesotho in the semi-finals. That is last year. This time around, losing against Malawi, and now have to settle for 4th or 3rd position again this time around. Zimbabwe really disappointing yesterday against Zambia. Their star players like Maya Munyanduki being very quiet yesterday. Alicia Chinyoka, the general, being very quiet yesterday. Winnie Mapua as well, one of the best players one of the best 11 players of this COSAFA Under-17 Girls Championship. Talking of Hazel Kanyuri as well. But this time around, they might turn things on here for Zimbabwe. And for now, Zimbabwe with that throw-in, you would expect that, isn't it? Is that a foul or a foul throw? Yes, you would expect that from these young girls still trying to learn football, isn't it?
I think they are really doing great, quite in the center of the learning mode or phase. It's under 17, they have done it before at under 15, and this is their second or third encounter, even fifth, if you like, for other teams such as Mozambique. But let's look at these teams really do have strength. I mean, I look at Zimbabwe scored an impressive 12 goals against Lesotho in the group stage, showing they could capitalize against valuable defenses. Star striker D. Mupua being the youngest player really in this competition with 5 goals so far. And chasing that golden boot, perhaps this will be a great time for her to beat the leader, being Nancy Lebang of Namibia with 7. And then we do have a direct attacking play of Zimbabwe, really, that is always coming with favor of quick transitions through balls to exploit defensive gaps. But we also know that the back line really have defenders that are aggressive in duels and have shown solid aerial presence, especially on set pieces when they had them against them. But don't take anything away from Mozambique. Mozambique are quick and really fast on counter-attack. They have a counter-attack style and well-balanced attacking contribution, unlike Zimbabwe.
Opportunity! It is a goal! It is a goal!
Mamma mia!
For Mozambique. And Zimbabwe here on the back foot in the first 7 minutes of this match here.
Goal for Mozambique, jersey number 11, Kanason.
Indeed, a very good start for Mozambique.
Mozambique leading by 1 goal spread against Zimbabwe. It's a foul.
Yes, and Mozambique here taking the lead very early. And I think for now they are actually the underdogs against Zimbabwe. Not so sure as to why.
You know, Charo, I was just alluding to the fact that they are really good at quick and counter-attack. They play a type of counter-attack styles. As much as Zimbabwe can bring the game to them, they nick the ball and just really excel in transition, often bringing counters in, you know, towards the pacey wingers, as we could see that goal might have come through the midfield, but towards the right flank, or the left flank rather. They can also shake off pressure. They are resilient in that, and they have just shown that.
And there we have it. Let's see as to how Zimbabwe is going to respond this time around. Mozambique really playing good here in the first minutes, getting that goal in the first 7 minutes. Now we will have to see how Zimbabwe really responds. And another throw in here for Mozambique. Look at the coach, the Zimbabwean coach, that is Lindiwe Ndlovu. Lindiwe Ndlovu screaming at her players, then getting a goal kick there. And unfortunately, Isabella Nyakuchena, the star of yesterday against Zambia, unable to save that one. Really, one would say a very easy one for Mozambique. but good interplay between the players that perhaps caught the defense of Zimbabwe still napping. So you can see there another ball won there by Mozambique. Again, Zimbabwe losing out on that one as well. Trying an attempt there from far is Edith Riquel Fernando. And there she is, the goalkeeper from UK, playing from Brighton. That is for correction there, Brighton and Hove Albion. Zimbabwe 0, Mozambique 1. So you can see there Mozambique again threatening really here. And now they get something out of that, that is Zimbabwe. Pretty difficult for them to break through that midfield. That another one they're taken by Mozambique again. Going through there is Victoria Tennyson. Trying to launch that attack. Striker there, that's the young Mapua Diwini Mapua, the young player there, and in the process perhaps getting injured there.
I mean, it was a lovely take, beautiful skills display, and we have already seen that Mapua is really one of those players that are good finishers, great movement always, and she creates spaces for her teammates to find her. But nonetheless, that couldn't count, and I think this game is one of those that will be really close. I still expect a lot more from Zimbabwe, really to give us an entertaining battle.
Yes, as that tackle comes in there, referee not really interested, rather opting to give a throw-in as Victoria Tennyson gets up and ready to go. Another throw-in there by Fatima Bento Hawana. Another clearance there, perhaps a sign, indication of being under pressure. Really couldn't get that one away. Another throw-in here for Mozambique. Really applying good pressure here is Mozambique. Not so sure as to why they would be termed as underdogs, hence playing so good football since yesterday. Having to limit Malawi to only one goal that Malawi won with. Goalkeeper there, Nyakuchena, getting to that one. And that attempt there by Tandi Jose Naswan.
I think Tandi is one of those really exciting players we need to look out for. I mean, already having claimed one goal for his side, Mozambique, and still knocking on the doors of Zimbabwe again. They need to watch out for her because she could really be a threat to the defense of Zimbabwe.
Yes, and another corner there as Nyakuchenya trying to marshal her defense. Organize what a disappointing corner kick here for Mozambique. It's not over yet. Zimbabwe could come back. And these kind of opportunities could hunt Mozambique if they are not careful enough to really take and make use of their opportunities. Another goal kick. Chiesa, I think Chiesa Kumalo, the number 7 of Zimbabwe. You can clearly hear her name. And is that a foul? I think she's going to have a better game match today. That is the young Diwini Mapua, as that would have been her second cross coming through that flank. As you can see that the coach really being very unhappy with the proceedings of this match. Salome.
Yeah, really unhappy, but a foul is a foul. Let's look at how it came. I mean, she really pushed her opponent down for her to claim, you know, control of that ball, and it's not a scene that we want to see here. We want to see strong plays, but really fair tackles into this match.
Yes, I should say Mapua with that push there, committing that foul. She's really physically strong as well, the 12-year-old. And now launching a long one here, that is for Mozambique. Really good attendance there, one tackle. That is for Tundue.
Tundue taking no chance of any threat, making sure that the backline regroup to avoid another scare by Mozambique.
Another scare by Mozambique. Look at that clearance, very disparate, and instead conceding a corner. That is Zimbabwe. I think they will be watching in Harare. Watching in Harare as to how the young girls here are doing.
I should mention that in this competition there has been really exciting footballers, but there has been a common mistake, and that is to clear the ball on the wrong side of the pitch, going onto the goal line instead of the touch line.
And another one here. Perhaps the goalkeeper fumbling there. And now a beautiful attack here for Zimbabwe. Could be an opportunity here, and she can really kick hard. Nice cross over there. Oh! Just left it a bit behind. Could be another one here for Zimbabwe. Oh, what a chance there for Zimbabwe, Salome.
What a chance for Winnie Mapua, the young forward, tormenting defense of any other opponent that she faced. And she's quite pacey and very, very smart. Very good decision-making, contribution of the ball, and just putting it in the right place at the right time. Quite commendable, but unfortunately, her teammate Maya could not put her foot on that one to really got that needed equalizer for this match.
And there's a beautiful dummy, the Chantel opportunity. One of the stars for me. And now, the captain.
Ambitious.
Very ambitious indeed.
Quite ambitious. To score from there, it's unlikely.
That is Alicia Chinyoka. Almost like Izinyoka. This time around, trying from far and really not that convincing. And now Mozambique here, trying to line up for that one. Ball rather hitting her player or teammate. And offside as well. That is for Zimbabwe. There she is. Talking of her, that is Victoria Tenisan. Wild kick, really. Tenisan leaving that one to go out for a throw-in. Perhaps just to regroup. And talking of Zimbabwe, we know that in this tournament they came through against Botswana, losing there by 3-0 against Botswana, and going on to win against Zimbabwe. I mean, Zimbabwe going to win against Lesotho by 12-2, and then going through to the semi-finals against Zambia and losing by 5-1. And here they are, opting rather to take as it is fourth position. Here she is, Tenisan, the number 9 of Mozambique, having quite a good match this afternoon. Zimbabwe opting to play there from behind.
And that's exactly what you want every team to be able to do. Put the ball down and just play.
Under pressure from Mapua. And it is out for a corner. It is a corner. What does the referee say? It's like a bit of a confusion there between the referee and the assistant referee.
I think the lineswoman is calling for a corner, but in the beginning she pointed right at a goal to be a goal kick, which was really unheard of. Because we've seen that the ball really got cleared by the Mozambican defense, and Winnie Mapua was running to catch it.
Another corner here for Zimbabwe, really wasting that one. Not a proper one. Hands, another cross here. Couldn't. Another opportunity to bring in that cross. And it is a goal! Wow! Goal here from the number 3, that is Chantel. Opportunity, Mugute.
Zimbabwe 1,
And
Mozambique 1.
it is 1-1 as they are celebrating. Opportunity, making use of that opportunity, isn't it?
I mean, quite in this competition, we have been really trying to put the name to its functionality or meaning. And just when her team needed her most, she created what is the definition of her name, really to introduce herself once again and put her team back into this match.
Not judging anyone here, but then opportunity. Twice, that's her name.
Indeed, Chantel, wonder why the name appears twice
yes.
On her documentation. Be it a surname and a name, I would never know. It's something I need to find out.
Another opportunity here, bro. Mozambique, the goalkeeper, bumping that one. And it is an own goal. Goal here for Mozambique. Responding very quick here to take the lead again. Imagine, that's the number 11, talking of Tandi Jose Nason. Unhappy coach there from Zimbabwe. Responding very well here is Mozambique, taking the lead again by 2 goals now to 1 of Zimbabwe.
I mean, we have seen now how important your defensive line is. If the goalkeeper really went for the ball and somehow fell off her hands, it's the duty of her defense really to clear that ball and not to put it in the back of the net. Quite unfortunate for Team Zimbabwe there, but it is 2-1 and they need to try again. I mean, as you can see, a cross coming in favorably, goalkeeper put her hands on it, and I think it bounced in the legs of the defender there. It was not something intentional. Really, the ball hit her leg. She had no chance whatsoever.
Another opportunity there for Zimbabwe, perhaps wasting that one, and that cross coming. Now, goalkeeper coming out. And yes, Mozambique really trying to prove a point here to say we really want to take this match and really win it. And now, again, Tennyson trying to whip that one in. And perhaps the other notable thing here is that starting again with Isabella Nyakuchena, I mean, she played almost 3 matches now. Why is it that you don't give a chance to Yolanda Chita as a coach? I mean, you're just playing for the 4th and 3rd place playoff here. Why not give some other players perhaps a chance to rather give them a run, one would say. A little bit dangerous there, but luckily getting up and running as well. But I mean, as a coach, why wouldn't you really test out some other players, especially the goalkeeping department? You saw how the young Isabel really outplayed herself throughout this tournament. Now this last match, really having to let her play again. Look at that. Now could have easily been taken by the opponents there from Mozambique. Look at that same time. Yeah, but that's the point. I mean, I'm trying to bring that point across to say, why not let other players have a run?
Indeed, Charo, it has to depend on every team tactics. It also depends on the strength and the quality of your bench. Mind you me, it's not just a third place match, but it's about cementing that podium award. You have already lost out on the first and the second. Can you then really make sure that you go back home with a bronze medal if that is what you need to take? And you cannot approach this match by taking your best players are selected through training session, through games. You are as good as your last match. And every player in a team on the bench need really to show stability and hunger towards this competition in front of their coach to be selected to ensure that they play themselves in the first 11. One could also be out due to an injury, but as you can see, it has been a great tournament. Tackles have not really been that hard,
yes.
But it's not a game that you just want to spoil right away from the beginning. It's a match that you really need to make sure that you approach with great tactics. Get the goals, get the lead. If it's not coming, players need really to end the plays and not just being given for them to enter onto the pitch. They must earn it.
They must earn it, indeed. Look at that, discipline, discipline, discipline. I mean, if the whistle had gone, leave the ball out instead of really kicking it. Look at that, Salome.
Could have been an unnecessary yellow card. I mean, you are already offside. As we can see, the two players were both offside. No need whatsoever for you to kick the ball away because you are inviting an unnecessary caution. And that could even hurt your team.
Yes. And now Mozambique trying to get that one forward. Clearance there, a big one. That is long one again. Mozambique really taking it easy there from the back. Look at that, interpasses between the players. Very good play. And now comes here is Victoria Tennyson, failing to find her teammate.
She has been
twists and turns there, failing to control that one. I mean, it's a matter of really just first touch. Yo, how hard is that ball? I mean, I can hear that from far.
She's a strong player. Fatima have shown that and proven that. But quite great play from her teammate Victoria. Has been threatening really from the right flank here. And again, another observation of mine in this competition is always a decision on when and where to clear the ball, as well as the first touch of the players, because it needs to put you in to direct you on what to do next and which way to move. Quite many a times they are let down by that first touch that really let them stop the ball for the opponent.
And yes, as Zimbabwe there is trying to keep possession of the ball. Look at that wrong pass there from the young Chiesa Kumalo. Nice one there for the young Mapua. Couldn't control that one. And now Mozambique again launching a long one, making those interpasses between them. Could be another opportunity for Zimbabwe then. Not controlling that well. The goal scorer, Chantel, opportunity, Mugute. You can see Fatima Bento Hawana. Another throw in here for Zimbabwe with Dundue. Now another attack here for Mozambique. Can they get something out of that one? Still running strong here. And that is Jessica Myrose getting that corner. Look at the coach there. Really very worried to say we just equalized and then immediately after that conceding another. Look at that disappointing second corner kick of Mozambique. What is it? These players just perhaps playing in that right corner kicks. I mean
they have been playing. It has only been 2 matches that each team played, and this is their 3rd one. Cannot be a question of fatigue.
Yes.
There has been days of rest. Perhaps the recovery was not well taken by their bodies, or you know, it just doesn't give me that fighting edge that we have been seeing in the first or second match rather.
And 30 minutes into this first half, score confirmations there just showed Zimbabwe 1 and Mozambique 2. Yes, there is my language again from Zimbabwe. Not so sure as to what the coach is saying, but I guess that has got something to do with how the players are playing.
Everyone is in to win it.
Yes, another throw in there from Tundue. Throwing a long one. Look at that clearance, rather a pass from the opponent, rather passing the opponents in Mozambique. Whoa! Chika machika. Amuchikiza man. Now, look at that interplay between Zimbabwean players. Look at that kick there. Goalkeeper, such a simple ball, opting really to punch it away with a dive. Indeed, beautiful dive there, stretching. Another opportunity here for Zimbabwe then, just going over their heads. Look at that run there from Tanison from Mozambique.
I think
Victoria. Look at that foul there. Is it the yellow card there for the number 13? That is Natasha Clarice Shivongoze.
yeah, very much unlucky.
Shivongoze getting that yellow card.
But just before that action, I think Opportunity really was quite in a hurry to take a shot on that ball, given with so much space, no opponent, quite alone, and should have just controlled it to move forward and take a clean shot.
Yes. And for me, the match, look at that.
As we can see, the tackle,
yes.
It was quite clean for me. A bit dramatic from the Mozambican player there. Shouldn't have been a caution at all.
That advantage, really holding on to that player as if to say you are going nowhere. You are going nowhere. I am here with you and you're going to stay here.
Stay right here and leave the ball right with me.
Yes, and in the meantime, conceding a foul there. Look at that, Cecilia losing out on that one. Wow, what a good turn. And now a run here. Clearing under pressure. That's the defense of Mozambique in the young lady there.
Just for the record, I think you can now tell that Winnie Mapua is now playing in the center. As a center forward, they exchange with Maya, who came on the left. They want to knock on that door and really get an equalizer.
Yes.
Again, to come back from the back foot and make it 2-2 perhaps.
Yes, and that is what worked yesterday, isn't it? When the captain, that is Chinyoka, going to the right and her coming into the forward position, and she did get a goal. Hence, it was not that convincing. But then immediately after that goal, they changed again. Her going again to the right. That is Mapua. Is that a handball?
It was a handball.
And the spectators are calling for that one.
Quite in front of the referee, but not convinced. Perhaps
Yes.
from her angle, it was not on the hand or arm, but rather on the body.
Yes. I mean, at the end of the day, it can end in a draw. Because from what I have noticed is that the defense really are making some silly mistakes at times, Salome. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Who knows, it might end in tears for Zimbabwe or even Mozambique. Get that really fighting hard in that middle. That is what you want the midfielder to do. Fight hard in that middle field and intimidate players there in the middle of the field. And now, opportunity. And creating that opportunity. Unfortunately, couldn't really utilize on that opportunity. That is opportunity, Mukute.
I mean, it's always impressive to see really these young girls pushing the ball into those short passes and wall passes. You pass, you get into space, and that's the type of football you want to see. But I must commend the beautiful skills by Cecilia of Mozambique,
Yes.
who really presented some beautiful skills for us there in the middle of the park.
Cecilia Mula Manuela Andre. That's her. Really playing very good there in the midfield, trying to control things there. And really, she has done so well this afternoon as well. Another throw in there for Fatima Bento Hoana for Mozambique. Look at that, same time shot. Beautiful. Like those ones. Not even attempting to control that one. Just kicking same time, and the referee there signaling to the goalkeeper to say the ball needs to be still before you start to play. And there is a player down there. Not so sure as to what happened there, but the medics are called in. And that is so sure as who that is. But yes, as we see the goals there, look at that cross there coming through, and the goalkeeper really fumbling that one, and
Quite,
Fatima Bento Hoana really
quite unlucky for the goalkeeper there.
Yes.
Really also getting into those tackles, but bravely done. Unfortunately, she couldn't keep that ball glued to her gloves. Quite well take a good runner from the line, but she couldn't really keep it firm so that she could claim ownership of the ball in that moment, and that really led to the ball spotting from her hands and the team taking advantage. And that was a beautiful equalizer, a very clean sweeping or cross by Mapua, and opportunity scoring with her back.
yes, imagine.
And
making use of that opportunity, and that is opportunity.
Exactly, and just look there again immediately after the score. The defense was caught sleeping, and
Another
Mozambique.
opportunity, yeah! Mozambique, goalkeeper, another opportunity again! Oh! Hitting the goal post! My word! Whoa! I mean, what does she need to do to get it into the back of the net? Getting 2 opportunities consecutively, and I'm not so sure as to what I should say, wasted opportunities.
It cannot get better than this, ladies and gentlemen. It was a very scenic scene to see an action on display here from the Hage Geingob Stadium. Just wow. What else does Mozambique need to do to run away with this? A very beautiful pass there in the middle of the park. clinical skills to shake off a defense, but goalkeeper come off her line. Second attempt by the same player, goes to the crossbar. Again, she continued chasing that ball, and that is none other than jersey number 11 in the name of Thandi, the goal scorer. I've said it before that she is a very, very great threat for this Zimbabwe defense, and she has proven that.
And getting the magic spray on the knee, that is Thandi House Nasan. Not so sure if I'm not so sure if that is that a way of showing some embarrassment or what? I'm not so sure. But now she is up and running, as you can see there.
Very brave.
Jessica Rose giving some instructions, and that's the communication you really need from players. The goalkeeper was down as well, but now she is up. In the meantime, taking that free kick is the captain. That is Alicia Chinyoka. Captain, my captain. She is quiet, really, for my liking. I mean, it's not like when I watched her against the Lesotho, when they hammered Lesotho by 12 goals to 2. Lesotho. Banaba Dichaba Tsaka Tsakwa Moshweshwe.
Not a good take, really, there. To take a free kick. When you are behind goals, you would want to put the ball behind the back line and hope that your offensive or forward players will just run in and use their special skills, really, to put that ball away. As you can see, my captain, the General Alicia, is always seeking for that right flank of Zimbabwe.
And hence, they would love to. I mean, as much as she loves playing to that right wing now, the player that is always dominating in that position, that is Mapua, is now in the center forward position here. I mean, they made that switch for a reason, perhaps to get those powerful runs from her, Mapua. But now, opportunity, trying to get through. Another opportunity again here for her. Look at that shot from far, very ambitious. That is Tundue, the right back of Zambia. I mean Zimbabwe, pardon me. Yeah, they can sometimes be confusing, isn't it? Yes. And 42-minute mark here. We are left with less than 2 minutes and a half before the end of the first half. And what a tackle there. Another clearance there for Mozambique, and immediately picked up by Victoria. Another player of Mozambique down again. Look at that, could be another opportunity here. If she misses that one, could be an opportunity here for Zimbabwe. I'm sure if Mapua was the player given that ball, something could have happened. But now this time around, Maya Munyanduki a bit slow there. Maya Munyanduki, and there is a player down there. She is Maya Munyanduki. Look at how those pants are tucked in. Being stylish there, Munyanduki. Yes, she was a bit slow really. And now, another corner, but still waiting on the referee to give us a signal as Jessica Rose still being treated. Pushing and shoving. Look at of your camera how she's working. There corners, confirmation, Mozambique 5 corners and Zimbabwe 2 corners. And we are about to resume for that corner. corner kick. What can Zimbabwe make out of this one? Goalkeeper coming out, claiming that one. Look at that. No, no, no. She wants to fight, but...
Quite dramatic.
Yes. She disappointed yesterday with that goal against...
Zambia.
Against... was it against Zambia or Malawi?
Zambia.
Look at that shot from far.
Easy take.
Yes.
Beautiful shot indeed. Opportunity. Knocking on those opportunities again.
I'm telling you. She is in that field for a reason, to take that opportunity. Just like her name says. That going down is Chiesa Kumalo. Chiesa Kumalo. And the referee there restarting that for the goalkeeper. 3 minutes of optional time. As we have witnessed a more balanced match here between these two teams. That is Zimbabwe versus Mozambique, all the way from Maputo. Another easy play there for the defense, not taking chances at all. Players, they're pushing each other. A foul throw again. I think this is the second time here for Zimbabwe having that foul throw. Not really learning on the first mistake. I mean, disappointing at this level of the match.
It is indeed disappointing. You cannot do that twice in a match. One wonders why that happens. It's not a question of they don't know. Another foul, unnecessary tackle there. Zimbabwe really need to be quite careful in their defensive approach, in the way they really tackle, especially in their own half, because anything close to the 18 yard there could result into something very ugly.
Yes.
And a goal for Mozambique will mean that they now have a long way to chase. You do not want to be down by a margin of 2, at least not in a third place match.
Yes, and 2 minutes played already from the 3 added. Goalkeeper getting to that one at ease, or rather catching that one with ease. Really a balanced match for me, as the two teams had really some opportunities. Yes, it is 2-1. Could have been more from both sides. Big clearance there for Mozambique. Lack of communication between those two players. I mean, the captain. How do you come to a ball while quiet? You're telling me you're not seeing your opponent, or rather your teammate. And now, Mozambique here. Launching a long one there for Victoria Tanisan, and she still run, powerful run. Shot! Oh! Was that an offside or a goal kick?
No, indeed there what Victoria pushed the ball quite too far from her feet.
End of the first half here at the Dr. Hage Geingob Stadium. It is Mozambique 2, Zambia 1. I mean, your take on the first half, Salome?
I should really commend a poor start by both teams. Momentum was lacking. Defensive approach for Zimbabwe, really questioning when they needed to make tackles. I feel they didn't, and when they didn't need to do it is when they have done them. Split open defense by Victoria, who has been running rampant through the defense of Zimbabwe, taking players on 1, 2, 3 and giving those beautiful passes for Thandi to really finish. Thandi, quite impressive player, strong and tactical, great finisher. But of course, again, the attacking formation of Zimbabwe really also shows strength coming through Winnie Mapua, as well as opportunity, connecting well to be able to pull one back. Chances created, but unfortunately they couldn't get it. But I would think that Mozambique really brought the game into the backyard of Zimbabwe in the first half, and Zimbabwe need to push themselves to regain their momentum of what they've shown us in the previous matches to be able to really bring this one to a draw, and perhaps the lucky team can take it on penalties. Otherwise, Mozambique can push and get the third one, and just to close off any belief by the Zimbabwean team.
That is what it is for now at the Dr. Hage Geingob Stadium. Pretty cool weather conditions here for perfect display of football. There we have it, halftime. Zimbabwe 1, Mozambique 2. As we go to the touchline for some analysis.
What a first half there in this third playoff match of the 2025 Under-17 COSAFA Girls Championship. Now I am joined by my analyst on touchline, Lady Yana and Lovisa. Lovisa, I'm going to start off with you. Your first thoughts on that first 45 in this third match playoff?
The first half was good. Each team was trying to establish control, and you could see who was dominating that control in the first 45 minutes.
And for you, Lady Anna, how are you feeling about this first 45, and who's giving you that sense of dominance?
I think, CJ, the match started off really slow. I expected it to start off with a bit more energy from both sides, but Mozambique definitely on the driving side of the game today.
Definitely so. Now I'm going to tap into our Mozambican analyst, Lovisa. Talk to us about how you feel about Mozambique and what they've produced. We talked about that first early goal that will be essential, and so they did. 7 minutes in, they scored the first goal. Your thoughts surrounding that goal?
All right, Mozambique scored that goal, and it brought a lot of momentum, a lot of stability, a lot of ease a little bit from the Mozambican side, and it brought pressure on the Zimbabwean sides.
For you, Lady Anna, do you think that really did add the pressure that Lovisa is talking about to that Zimbabwean side?
Yes, definitely, CJ. I think that was a wake-up call to the Zimbabwean side, and you started seeing them playing together, you know, a bit of individual brilliance coming into play as well. I think after that goal, I think Zimbabwe also just woke up and also clapped back. You know, it was a nice game to watch in the first half.
Now talking about getting back on the board, of course, Zimbabwe did answer with a goal of their own on the opposite end. Talk to us about what that did for Zimbabwe and for them to maybe just feel that it's level again.
Yes, CJ, I think the importance of this goal was such that the team gained more momentum. It improved their gameplay. You could see they are starting to play together again. We are starting to see the Zimbabwe that we have been seeing in the group stages that won against Lesotho. I think a very important time that this goal also went in. They needed to score that goal at that moment. Otherwise, Mozambique was going to walk over them again.
Now, Lovisa, in terms of key players for you in the Mozambican side, who is standing out and maybe who needs to come to the party a bit more?
All right, a few players that are standing out. Edite, very popular name, we've all heard it a couple of times. Also Victoria did perform good yesterday, still at the party today. And Yumna, you can also see Yumna is also trying to get in those crosses from the wing. So those are the three players that really stood out for me. I just feel like Jennifer, she only came on, she didn't play yesterday's game, and I feel like she can do better in that central defenders to help the defense a bit.
Now, on the side of Zimbabwe, who would you say has stood out for you guys and played a pivotal role? Otherwise, on the opposite end, you talked about Maya not being present yesterday. Is she back in action? Is she present? Are you feeling her presence in the Zimbabwe side?
CJ, this is not the same Maya we saw in the group stages, but way better than yesterday. I must comment on that. I'm hoping to see that in the second half we are going to see the Maya that was dominating in the group stages. Dee obviously didn't shy away from performing. We expect so much from Dee, and once again we haven't, our expectations haven't gone in vain. Dee has been really giving her best to the team, and I think another commendable player is also Zvinoira, the number 11, the centre back, very good on the ball, reading the game is very well. She does the interceptions that needed to be done, also very well in communicating. I think also another commendable player is Isabella, the goalkeeper, once again coming to the party and coming to the rescue for her team. Very important that she stays on in the match.
Definitely so. Now we do have the stats on screen for you. In terms of that first half, Zimbabwe is trailing to Mozambique 1-2, but it's the goal attempts that are almost square. It's 6-9 and then 3-5. So what do you make of that, Lovisa, in terms of the goal attempts from the Mozambican side? They seem to be the side that is a bit more clinical with their chances at this point in time.
CJ, I really believe that Mozambique can do better. This is not really an entire true reflection of what they're capable of. I just hope that coming into the second half, Tandy can really step up, get another goal for the Mozambican side, and also try to see what Jessica can offer us into the second half.
Now, Lady Anna, we saw on the stats as well a possession that we need to talk about. It's fairly square. You could say it's 50-50. It's 47-53. So is that a reflection of what we've been seeing? And what would you want to see from the Zimbabwean side looking at these stats?
Yes, TJ, definitely a true reflection of how the game really went down in the first half. But I'm thinking Zimbabwe needs to start playing together. They need to start sharing the ball more. The likes of the captain, she has poor decision-making skills. Her inability to see a correct pass and make it is really shocking to me. But I think if the captain can come into the game, she's one of the most important players in the game. She's the player that can make this team play. And if she can just switch on a bit, I think this team can start, gaining more ball possession. And the more you play, the more you have the ball, the more confidence you build. And no one can stop you if you are confident when you play football, CJ.
Now, Lady Anna, I'm going to stick with you and your confident self. I want to ask you about that own goal because it is, you would say, conceded by the team you are analyzing for us today, Zimbabwe. What do you make of that own goal coming from the left, the right back?
I think, CJ, we should start where it started, actually, with the captain telling her left back, leave it, leave it, leave it, I'm going to take care of it, and missing the ball, Like I said, her decision-making is so poor, and it's really costing the team. And then the ball came to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper made a brilliant save. It was an unfortunate situation for Ivy to be where she was at, and I think she really tried to deal with it, and it only shows that she didn't want to concede, and it shows a lot of character from her side. I think it's part of football, CJ. Football is a game of mistakes. You need to make mistakes. The next team capitalizes on mistakes. You capitalize on the mistakes of the other team. So a very unfortunate own goal for Ivy right there. But I think I must commend her and applaud her for her efforts in trying to stop that goal.
Now, Lovisa, in terms of Mozambique, we know they're the only team for today thus far that has made 2 changes from yesterday's lineup, one of them being Jessica. But how crucial has those substitutes been for Mozambique, if at all?
I would really say with Jessica, it was really contributing. It really contributed heavily, especially in helping getting those goals. But I'm not too convinced with Jessica's substitution because it's affecting the defense very, very much. The defense is very shaky, and that is why Zimbabwe even got a goal against our side. But I think that Jennifer can really come and really make a difference coming into the second half. I really have confidence that she can do better.
Now we're sitting in and around the crowd here at the Hage Stadium, Lady Anna, and you could say a fan favorite would definitely be the goalkeeper Isabella for the Zimbabwean side. Talk to us about her importance and the crucial role that she's played in this first half.
CJ, a goalkeeper is one of the most important positions in a soccer field. You want your goalkeeper to be at par. You want her to perform at her best every single time. And this is what Isabella does. Every single time she steps onto this field, she tells her team to believe in her. Her team knows that they have someone there that is willing to fight for them, not to concede these goals. And it is very important that you have a goalkeeper that is so confident in her abilities, that wants to, do good and, help the team. And I think Isabella has been very crucial in this match, and Zimbabwe is lucky to have Isabella in that goal.
Now, on the opposite end, we also have Graça for the Mozambican side. Talk to us about what she's brought to the team and maybe just the composure, if I could put it that way.
Graça really brings that leadership into the game. She really has the good communication skills. She really leads from the back, and you can see that her teammates have a lot of trust in her. It just goes to show the type of character that she has as an individual, and it's really contributing positively to the overall performance of Mozambique.
Now, somebody that we would like to see probably, or that we mentioned that you're a fan favorite is, of course, Hazel. Do you think she's pitched up for what you expected from her?
Yes, I think she has done a bit less than she did yesterday, but it's still not below average performance for me. I don't expect less from Hazel. I think Hazel should just learn to, be consistent. It is very important, the position that she plays. You need to be consistent all the time. And I think Hazel lacks communication skills. And if she has to work on that, I think she would be an all-rounder, very good central defender.
Now, Lovisa, I'm going to start off with you. What needs to be done by Mozambique to make sure that they maintain the lead, keep it, and continue building on it? With your prediction.
My prediction?
With your prediction.
Oh, okay. I think they should just continue with the pace that they are at right now, because they are performing quite well for me. Keep it and do better. And going into the second half, I'm seeing more goals. So it's probably going to be a 3-2. I'm looking at a 3-2 in favor of Mozambique.
3-2 for Mozambique. Lady Anna, your expectations, what should Zimbabwe do to bounce back and maybe overturn that 3-2 into a Mozambican, Zambian favor?
I think it is very important that every player on the pitch steps up right now. The likes of Opportunity, she scored a goal, yes, but she has been absent in the first half. I'm hoping that she's going to step up in the second half. And then Maya, obviously, shying away from what we expect from her. I hope she really just, pulls her socks up. And then the captain obviously needs to improve a bit also. I think as a unit, they need to play together when it comes to attacking. They defend well, but they can't attack together. And I think Dee still needs to do what she was doing and give us a little bit more. Then I think we are looking at a closely contested third place playoff. I think 2-2.
2-2.
Yes.
Lady Anna wants penalties here on the touchline. Is that going to be the case, or are we going to have Lovisa's prediction of 3-2? Is Mozambique going to walk away with this as last year's semi-finalists as well, or are they going to end in fourth? Well, only time will tell. We go back to Donald Swaro, who's on standby for commentary.
Yes, welcome back to the second half of this match here, Zimbabwe versus Mozambique. Yes, CK, it is Chwaro. Yeah, many would say Chwa. It is Chwa. Yes, but yes.
Chwa.
Yeah, Chwa.
Chwaro.
Yes, and as we are waiting for the second half to get underway here, just waiting on the referee to give us that signal to start the second half. Yes, it is Zimbabwe having to start this second half here. The goalkeeper in the young Isabella Nyakuchena. Many saying that she should be given player of the tournament. Not so sure if that is really, relevant.
Quite ambitious for me, that one. Perhaps goalkeeper of the tournament, not player of the tournament.
Oh, yes. There we have it. Zimbabwe 1, Mozambique 2. And before coming to this tournament here, Mozambique, we know that this is the second time that they are taking part in this tournament. And last year, their biggest victory was against Comoros when they won, by 5-0. And then their biggest defeat was against Lesotho when they lost to 1-0. But now they have set up a new record now. I mean, in this tournament here, their biggest victory came against Mauritius in this tournament here. just a few days ago when they won against Mauritius by 11 goals to 0. And their biggest defeat now stands against Zambia, losing there by 4 goals to 0. I mean, it is records every year that is broken by these young girls.
Indeed, and I think the record standing for this under-17 2025 encounter is that of Zimbabwe scoring 12 goals against 12 goals to 2 against Lesotho. That was in the group stage, final group stage.
Look at that cross there, and in the process getting injured. It is, however, a free kick as well there for Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe medics are called in. Look at that facial expression. And I like how the medics are, you know, not judging anything, but I like how they are dressed with those training kits. Unlike some other matches that I have seen here locally, with medics coming on with some jeans and, you know, not so sure how to, how to really say that, but this is the right way, isn't it?
I think, Charo, from this commentary box, you need to watch where you walk, because my brother, those with jeans will come and hunt you. But we should admit...
It's just a friendly advice, isn't it? I mean, just a friendly advice to say, yes, look at that action replay there.
Yeah, let's see how this injury came. And, of course, Mozambique trying to clear their defensive line after really being paced away by the Zimbabwean forward there. But unfortunately, picking up a yellow card is Janifa, who was unable really to get the ball, but rather get her opponent. And
for now, free kick here for Zimbabwe. And I see the Diwini Mapua, the 12-year-old. Oh! The goalkeeper making a save there, but equally a brilliant free kick from Mapua. She is powerful, isn't it?
Marvelous.
Yo!
Such a clinical finisher, a complete player in the making. Right age, always doing the wonders for a team, but...
and that's a corner there. Rather poor one this time around from the young Mapua. Number 9 for Zimbabwe.
But that was also a very, very great save from Grasa Joao Machengo, the goalkeeper of Mozambique, to really keep that one out of goals, because it was going to be in the back of the net.
And now Mozambique coming forward here with Bila. Bila trying there from far. The number 6, Yumina Diash Bila. Back here there to the goalkeeper and having no problem. That is Machengo, even the captain of the team. Always good that a goalkeeper is the captain, because back here there, goalkeeper couldn't get to that one very quick and opted to rather kick that one. Look at that through pass. Could be deadly, but then well guarded there by the defense in the young Cecilia. Look at that.
Let's go there. Look at the technique. Yo. Really to square that ball in. Really bending it like Beckham, yes, if you like. And very, very bravery and clinical save from the goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, I'm not so sure why you're saying bending it like Beckham. Why not perhaps bending it like Ravisa Mulunga?
It should be now bent it like Mapua. Mapua, really very, very great technique there used by the young Zimbabwean star in the making.
Yes, really brilliant
Free kick that was. And now, is that out? No, says the referee. And Ivy Nyamucherera playing there with Zinora. Really under pressure is the defense of Mozambique. There she is, the star player here for Zimbabwe, the number 9. Another player injured there. Captain couldn't get to that one. Chinyora, or Chinyoka rather. Look at that. I mean, getting injured and the ball is still in her possession.
It is getting physical.
It is getting physical.
No need whatsoever really to push the player, rather shield her and avoid the player going into the attacking line. Call your teammates back and just get that ball clinically.
Number 9.
Look at that.
Last attempt was really bad. No intention to get the ball at all, just going for the opponent.
That is Edith Raquel Fernando with that free kick. Now, Mozambique trying to get through there, still in possession. Look at that shot! From out of the box.
Victoria has really been tormenting the defense of Zimbabwe. Every now and then she gets the ball, she really tried to take 1-2 of them and just give that beautiful square pass, or rather try a shot on goal.
Another throw in there for Zimbabwe. There's a little bit of lack of a communication there. And now good pass here in the middle for Zimbabwe. Still in possession here with a captain. Chinyoka trying a long one. And she has failed so far with those powerful kicks that she is known for. This time around really disappointing. There she is, Alicia Chinyoka, the captain of Zimbabwe. Playing from behind is Mozambique here. Playing it to Diash Villa. Chinyoka. Playing it out, and Winnie. Being screamed at, that is Mapua. She's really expected to do well here. Perhaps too much pressure from the coach. I'm not so sure.
We've also seen that Lysia has been struggling really to deal with aerial balls.
Look at that. Oh. Yes, you were saying she's rather struggling to deal with those aerial balls. Yes.
I mean, quite many that always come, and her timing is not spot on at all. Balls bounce behind her, and you know, it's very dangerous for someone who plays in defense.
Look at that, another opportunity here for Mozambique. Trying to get a third one. Will they get it? Or will Zambia, or rather Zimbabwe, come back and equalize, and perhaps taking the third position in this tournament? Long one here to Mapua. Mapua, what can she do? She can run, that is what we know. Powerful kicks as well. I can tell there's a team arriving now for the final. And we know our African teams for making a lot of noise coming into the stadiums. There they are. Is that Malawi? Coming in with some noise here.
I mean, African teams are known really for singing. I don't know, as a player I didn't like to sing, but perhaps in the new generation it energized them.
Yes, perhaps building that spirit. Not so sure as to how they do it elsewhere. Is it coming so quietly to the match, listening to music on your headphones, getting into the dressing room? There's score confirmation. Zimbabwe 2, Mozambique. I mean, Zimbabwe 1, pardon me, Mozambique 2. That's how sure as to where the confusion, comes from. But yes, the coach in Lindiwe Ndlovu, very animated there in the touchline. That is Lindiwe Ndlovu. There she is, Mapua, going to take that corner kick. And for now, let's just see and observe as to how many players of Zimbabwe would be in that big box. We still have 4 only against 2, 4, 6 against 7. Corner kick, goalkeeper fumbles. Now you see that's the problem. Only 4 of the attacking team in that big box. Not so sure as to whether that would be the instructions from the coach or what. Look at that. Another shot! Captain really trying very hard today to take them from out of the box. This could be her 4th attempt from out of the box, and quite not getting it right.
Yeah, I think it's not coming for her today, but what a corner take from Mapua again. I was thinking to myself, if Nancy Lebang of Namibia could score from a corner point, yes, then I was expecting really that one also to be on target, and just as I thought, it got on target.
Whoa, that could be very painful. I think the player just miskicked that ball and directly kicking with no intention really, kicking that player from
let's see that long-range shot again, unable really to keep it down and low, and I think in so doing she also lost her balance. Otherwise the ball went up in the air above the crossbar.
Yes, as the player there is getting some medical attention, and the captain, that is Chinyoka, the general, Lindiwe Ndlovu, really screaming on her players. And there we have another coach, Julia Paulo Fumo, the coach screaming his lungs out. And the injured player is Ivy Nyamucherera. I guess that would be the assistant, someone from the technical team of Zimbabwe. Yes. Mapua seems to be a bit tired this time around.
I really feel the energy of these players today is not what we really saw from them, given the first and the second matches that they have played already.
Yes.
They came with so much enthusiasm, they came with so much energy, running up and down, active drills, and today's match really shows that perhaps the fatigue is also kicking in, or has kicked in, and the game is a bit slower.
But that is why you have players on the bench. I mean, there are those that has not been given a chance to have a run here, that could be very fresh and eager to really play. But then if you opt to use the same players, playing in this short tournament, it can be tiring really. Ball possession, Zimbabwe 40% and Mozambique 60%. Is that a true reflection of the match here in terms of percentage and being in possession of the ball.
I think really Mozambique has been pushing, showed really composure in front of goals, effective distributing of the ball and disrupting of the Zimbabwean rhythm, not giving them a chance to play at all. But Mozambique has really been doing so much work in the middle of the park and trying to really break the defensive lines of Zimbabwe with the likes of Jessica and Tandi, who has been ruthless in really splitting that defense apart and managing to get those 2 goals.
Yes, and another corner here for Mozambique. So you can see there someone just whispering to the player as to where to kick that ball, trying to backheel, and it will be a goal kick here for Zimbabwe.
It's now or never for Zimbabwe. They need to really change the way they are playing. They need to show more hunger, determination. They need to fight more. They need to put the ball down and just knock it. They are good at it. And once they do that and be able to really create those 1v1 or 2v1 duels, they'll be able to win them with the likes of Mapu.
Look at that opportunity there. Meantime, getting injured. That is the player from Mozambique. Playing those 1-2 really. Players could be tired here. I can hear some noises there, perhaps indicating that Zambia has arrived at the stadium for the final, as we have witnessed Malawi arriving as well.
We just saw Victoria was lying down for quite a while on the floor or on the ground, injured supposedly, but got up and really tried to run for the ball coming from an offside position and pretending to be that player that wasn't on the ground.
Yes, I mean, players would do anything to just get the match their way. And then unfortunately we have, or rather fortunately we have the match officials that are in control of the match to make sure that everything runs smoothly and the match is played fairly. By Chinyoka. And that ball cannot reach Chinyoka as the coach wishes. Now, this time around having to defend, that is Chinyoka, really showing some signs of fatigue and tiredness in Chinyoka. There she is, the captain.
Yeah, but great job, great run from her to come and defend that ball. I mean, those split passes played just behind the defensive line was really dangerous. Should Mozambique get it, it could have been something worse for them.
There is Mapua trying to play 1-2 there. Another opportunity there for Mozambique. Like how she quickly controlled that ball and trying to take that kick. That's really good, or rather shows the good character of a player. Shouldn't take too long with the ball. Immediately control and then try to shoot. And now on the attack here is Zimbabwe. The ball is not yet out. Look at that cross. Really failing to control. At the end of the day, that's the problem. And now the captain, Chinyoka, going down, and that's a foul.
Such
in a very good
yes,
in a very good position, Salome.
She knew that it's a bit gone. The best thing I can do is go down and hold myself. Such, you know, those are the type of brilliant play and smartness of players that you need to be able to create opportunities out of nothing and in great positions on the pitch. And Alicia is just one that demonstrates that. Just look at how she gets control of the ball, take it there. Oh, but yes, indeed, she was touched. She was touched, and great decision for her not to really continue going for the ball, but rather make sure she gets that set piece.
7 fouls, 2-4. Zimbabwe. And now the free kick. Long one. Oh! My goodness! Brilliant goal! Sensational, really, from the young Mapua. She just hit it hard to the right direction. No chance for the goalkeeper as well, though she tried. But I'm telling you now, they are screaming, Winnie, Winnie, Winnie Mapua. Look at the bench congratulating her. And no chance for Isabella. That's not Isabella, rather. That is Perpetua Lindrose Chisuro. Just came in. Look at that.
Just what a moment. Just what a moment, Charo, there.
Yo.
A brilliant, brilliant free kick from Mapua.
Still thinking about that one. And for now, I'm telling you, remember that if it stays like this at the end of the match, we will directly have the penalty kicks. And it could go anywhere. And now, Zimbabwe trying to attack this time around, and Mozambique would be very cautious not to concede any free kicks here nearby the box. They know that there is a player there called Mapua. And they know there is a player called Mapua, hence they would be very careful to concede free kicks nearby the big box. There she is. She can really hit them hard.
As you can now hear from the fans, the Mozambican, the Zimbabwean fans in the stands really applauding their team. And if nothing else than this brilliant free kick, what else could lift up the energy of this team, including players on the field? This goal changes the landscape of the game, and it's anyone's match now. Zimbabwe came from behind twice in this match, and Mozambique may now force to open up slightly, really to give more space to their attackers to either finish off this match, or otherwise it's an indication that leading 2 times now and Zimbabwe coming from behind could be that breaker to say, you won't take it away from us, and we are bringing this back to Zimbabwe.
Yes. And another throw in here for Mozambique. Will she be able to clear that one? Yes. Look at that. Failing to really take her time, and somehow disappointing. Somehow disappointing there for Mozambique. Hands getting another opportunity here for a throw in.
But Mapua, such an outstanding striker.
I'm telling you.
Brilliant player.
Not out of the woods is the defense of Zimbabwe. And now taking that dummy there. Look at that, trying to dribble through. Couldn't really. And 70 minutes, or rather 20 minutes left. Score confirmation there. Zimbabwe 2, Mozambique 2. 20 minutes left for either of these 2 sides here to pull one ahead and walk away with the 3rd position. But for now, they are still 2-2. Some activities happening there on the touchline in terms of substitutions. I see here the number 12 is indicated on your screen there for Zimbabwe.
Off comes jersey number 5, Cecilia Andre. On goes jersey number 8, Isabel Guane.
It's Perpetua
Off
Chisuro.
comes jersey number 4, Jennifer Sitoe. And on goes jersey number 10, Selina Lubari.
Perpetua Chisuro going in there, and 2 subs for Mozambique as well, number 10 and number 8. Number 10 would be Sunila Lakuberi. And coming on again there, number 8 is Isabel Huihani. Isabel. And goal kick there for Zimbabwe. Playing a short one there from behind. Quite happy to play it with Ivy. Another foul they committed. And we see there coming down is Maya Munyanduki. Captain Chinyoka will take that one. Isabel Kuyani. Easily taken from the back there for Mozambique. Jessica, number 19, just came off for Mozambique. And the number 4, that is Jennifer, coming out. And now, another attack here for, look at that, first saved from the goalkeeper, not taking any chances.
It's becoming interesting.
Yes.
It's greatest of the fittest now. It's about who won it most. It's about whose attack can really put up high fire, and it's about whose defense line can really put off the fire.
Yes, and another corner here for Mapua. There she is, corners 5 for Zimbabwe, 6 for Mozambique. Could be lack of communication there between these two players. Another shot here, and what 3 points there for Zimbabwe. I mean, had we been, or had they been playing rugby, would have been 3 points for Zimbabwe. And remember, we are at the Dr. Hage Geingob Rugby Stadium. Yes.
After all, it is a rugby stadium.
It is a rugby stadium.
Maybe the goal lines of rugby behind is deceiving.
Yes. You just pick up your head, you just see them. And now the goalkeeper coming out! Big mistake there! Is that a foul? The referee is not interested in any of that. And immediately shows by way of hand to say nothing. There's nothing that happened. Could be a clash there between these two players. Let's just hope really that they are okay, they are fine. We wouldn't want to see really some serious injuries here. Look at the coaches.
It's always interesting to see how players surround the referee and really start body gestures to say, I looked at, let's see first how that came. A very good flick on the head. And,
Is that a penalty?
No penalty at all. No penalty at all.
Look at that angle again.
Again, a flick on the head. Ball bounce in the box. Goalkeeper go for the ball. And jersey number 11, Tandi, went straight for the goalkeeper and not really being able to see the ball as she was turning and just got into the direction of a goalkeeper.
Yes,
not a penalty for me.
Yes, and I think the goalkeeper actually just came a little bit late. She was hesitant to really come out, hence coming out late there. But yes, fairly so, no penalty.
Not at all, but I was just stating that I looked at the Zimbabwe captain, Alicia. Really, look at her, she's still talking and giving those body gestures to say, look, they kick the goalkeeper by show of the leg.
Yeah.
And not a good scene, because as we check the replay there, no legs used to kick anybody, but rather to push the goalkeeper down with the body. It's a collision.
Yes, and there she is. That is Tandi Jose Nasan. And it is a corner kick for Mozambique. What can they make out of that one? Only 2 players into the box now, the third one joining in as well. Into that box against some 6 players. Zimbabwe trying to defend that one. Shot! Was that an attempt or was it a cross? I'm not so sure.
Definitely a cross. Definitely a cross, but the power was just too much.
Yes. Look at that turn. Nice one. Oh, Mozambique really threatening in the meantime here. Zimbabwe players, or rather Zimbabwean players, all went to defend. No one there up front. And now launching that attack, well defended. Another long one there for Mozambique. Can they get to that one? Yes. And cross there, could be another opportunity here for Mozambique. Trying to unleash a shot, but then well out. And it is a goal kick there for Nyakuchena. There she is, Laku Baby. I like her name.
I mean, she just came on and really already having an impact on this match. Trying to put her team ahead, but not done to the satisfaction of this match.
And now Mozambique again, really throwing everything up front there, losing it so easily. Losing it so easily, and player there asking for a foul, and the referee says play on. Not taking chances really.
Really, I think we saw here how Maya was frustrated. She's been really pulled back by her opponent. Looking at the referee could see that, but advantage play. Players really need to stick to the basic rules to say you don't stop until the whistle goes. It could have been a deadly killer, as Winnie Mapua was just on the flank waiting.
Yes.
And as that pass was given, it was a little bit too late, as the defense of Mozambique really came crashing onto her.
And now up front there is Victoria. Now Mozambique trying to string those passes. Very good one there up front. Unfortunately, just went out. And Sinula Lakubaby started their last game yesterday when they played against Malawi. And now coming in as a sub. Look at that defense, I guess. Oh, that could be a blunder. Oh, what is that, Salome? I mean, I just thought maybe she could just leave it for a corner kick.
Not at all. I mean, for me, that ball was not out.
And look at
it
that.
Cannot be a corner kick. It has to be a goal kick, but the referee has already signaled. And it's unfortunate the decision is not well taken.
The goalkeeper is very unhappy.
I really feel for her, because from where I'm standing, my angle shows me that that was not a corner, rather a goal kick, as the...
Do we have, oh yeah, that is...
The Zimbabwean player, for me, put the ball out, as she was not supposed to touch it, rather. Let it go over the touchline.
Yes, another one here. Another corner again for Zimbabwe. Another corner here for Zimbabwe. And the goalkeeper on a yellow card there, she is Gracia Mashengo. And now the captain. And oh! Really a vital clearance there from the defense of Mozambique. Lakubaby.
Ah, Banna! 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left for either of these two teams to pull one ahead and possibly take the third position. Oh, that's a miss. Direct kick. Laku baby taking that one. The boot also kept coming off her foot. And now the race is on. Zimbabwe goalkeeper really making use of her length to really just touch that one, lower the speed of the ball and grab that one. Crucial touch indeed.
Opportunity really gave it her best.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it was not high enough for the goalkeeper really to put her glove or her hand on that. It was a beautiful play from both teams.
Yeah.
But it is that time of the match where really resilience and determination need to come to play.
Yeah.
For us to see, are there really key players in football teams? If there are, this is the time for them to stand up and really show that they are indeed having something extra as opposed to others. They need to show that.
And another throw in there for Mozambique, and anything can happen here. Another shot! It's a goal for Mozambique! I told you, anything could happen here. And a goal for Mozambique in the last 8 minutes. And that is the number 6. And Yuma Diaz-Bila, eyes cannot see anymore. There it is. Mozambique pulling one ahead. And I'm telling you, they are here to improve the record of last year, December, in Johannesburg. A goalie. And now, I mean, it is almost like game over for now. Salome.
Of course, but not yet. It takes 3 seconds for a ball to move from goal to goal, if you like. But there is 7 minutes of play plus extra time. It is up to the Mozambican team really to keep possession of the ball and frustrate the Zimbabwean players. Make sure they don't get the ball and get to play. But again, it's for Zimbabwe really to push and be able to get that ball and put it at the back of the net.
Yes.
Since this match started, they have been coming from behind. Can they still do that? I mean, look at the play in the box. I've said it time and time again that the clearance, it's not always what you want to see. When you have a chance to clear your line, make sure you send the ball away and not quite in the path of the opponents.
And it is really difficult. Another shot here. Is that a handball? No. And we know that Mapua is there to take those free kicks. And there it is, the captain going down. Just trying to, you know, that quick play.
Smart play.
Smart play, but then it is difficult. It is really difficult. And there is one lady that would be fancied to stand behind that one, and she's not there. It's rather the captain. Oh, yes, she is called. She is called.
I think this one is a little bit far from...
We have seen goals scored from there. Not so sure of this Group H. But yes. And there, oh, player going down there from that shot.
The pace was really good. The pace was really good, I must say.
Yes.
I was still thinking that maybe Captain Alicia could have taken that one, given her power and the ability to take long-range shots. But it is a free kick and perhaps set pieces. She is the master. I just felt that it was a little bit too far from her type of conversion that I've been seeing or witnessing in this competition.
And only 5 minutes left in this second half for the match to come to an end, and possibly Mozambique taking the 4th position here. So you can see the young goalkeeper in Isabella really being beaten there. Had no chance of that 3rd goal of Mozambique. And now trying to run here. Really difficult for Zimbabwe to get the ball out of their half. Good play, interplay there by Mozambique. Trying to take that shot. Goalkeeper coming out and rather getting that one with ease.
And really the impact that jersey number 10, Sunila Lakubaby, has been quite positive for the Mozambican team. She came on really to change the match and make sure that the pressure continued to be applied. Split passes within the defense of Zimbabwe has been coming, and she has been involved in all these great attempts of Mozambique.
Somehow dangerous, and 2 players coming for that match, for that ball. Look at how they are running for that ball, and we can only see how the gazebo there is really shaking. And now trying very hard to get through. We are left with 3 minutes. Do you see Zimbabwe coming back, with the kind of play they are displaying now?
Not at all. If I were Mozambique, I'll make sure that I put my players behind the ball, try to get possession, and just also use some professional delay tactics.
Yes. But
it doesn't look like they are coming back on this time around. They have done it twice.
They have done it
must
twice,
make sure it doesn't happen for the 3rd time in this match.
As we remain to see only less than 2 minutes now. Another chase there. Offside. Offside there for Mozambique as time is ticking.
$88 minutes. It's only 88 minutes. That gives us exactly 1 minute now to go.
1 minute to go.
And Mozambique has the ball. What else can be done?
Another long one there. Now the young Ivy Nyamucherera playing it safe anyway will do, as they would say. It is Zimbabwe 2, Mozambique 3. Is it going to end like this? That would be an improvement for Mozambique. Another long one there. Trying to clear. Is that a foul for Mozambique? Can they perhaps get another one there to just bury this match?
It's a great breather. Great play from Mozambique to make sure that they keep the ball and really run the clock down.
Running the clock down. We are on the 90-minute mark, and Zimbabwe here making a substitution. Some activities there on the touchline as the number 8 is coming on, and that is Cleopatra Tsingila. Cleopatra Tsingila coming in. As you can
Let's
see
see
there.
what happened. Very good pass there to Victoria. Oh, and definitely opportunity there. Really committing an unnecessary foul there. unsportsmanlike.
Yes.
Just to shake off to her opponent could be a sign of frustration.
Yes. And now the free kick here for Mozambique. What can they make out of this one? A long one! Goalkeeper, you cannot beat Nyakuchena Isabella with those ones. Indeed. Almost impossible.
Indeed.
And now Mapua trying and struggling really hard to get that one. And now, for me, the star of this match here, that is the number 9. Oh! Yo! Those are the opportunities that opportunity needs to make use of. Another chance here. Look at that cross, beautiful one. Oh, could be a better opportunity. Oh! My word. Another opportunity here. Is that a foul? No, another opportunity here for Zimbabwe. Oh, another shot. And another one. Oh, my word.
It was always going to be Mapua that take the shot. What a cross that she put in there. I mean, maintaining solid pressure on the Mozambican defense. Very lucky that they got away with this one. Brilliant save from the goalkeeper who also ran off from her line.
Chantel, opportunity. Mugute getting that yellow card. Look at that again,
Let's
Salome.
look at that cross. Sweetly delivered. Chantel unable, yes, Kumalo unable to deal with that one. Again, another opportunity given. In that moment, just look at there.
Good delivery.
Kumalo could have just put it down, but saved by the goalkeeper. She had a second chance to bring it in. Another shot didn't go their way, but look at there. If I was that player, I would go down immediately. Make sure that if I don't get that penalty, I should walk away with a yellow card for the team.
Wow! What an opportunity there for Zimbabwe. And it seems as if they have given up. The team talk there, Hazel Kanyuru and Alicia Chinyoka having a chat between them, almost like asking each other as to what do we really need to do to get that goal? What else can we do?
Do we still have time?
Do we still have time? And less than 1 minute and a half, or rather seconds actually, some 15 seconds left for, and Mozambique still trying to, delay play here with a substitution.
Of course, that's a smart one because you need to run down the clock, especially after such a scare. You do not want that to repeat itself. Anything happens in these dying minutes, you know that it's dangerous. So definitely they are taking off a forward.
That is Tandi.
Forward for a forward. I thought it was a forward for an extra player in defense, especially knowing that you have one defender off the pitch.
Yolanda Zavale. Yolanda Zavale coming in there for, is it for Mozambique? And now that could be the last attack of this match here. What can Zimbabwe make out of that one? Trying to run very hard here. Going through, well defended there. And I think anytime now, the referee will signal the end of this match here. Another long one there for Mozambique. The defense, they going to throw a long one, no, short one rather. And the 4 minutes that is added is already over. Could be another last chance. And now the much talked player, look at that, way off target.
Only one idea on her head, and that is
shooting at
shoot at goals. Unfortunately, she didn't look up this time around as she made that 10. And Mozambique continued to run down the clock.
Yes,
As we see there, number 3 coming on, that is Alifia Tomas.
Edith Fernando. On goes jersey number 3, Alfia Thomas.
Yeah, I mean, it was necessary because they do have a player off from that incident of almost the goalkeeper. The scare in their defensive line. And now they have cemented their defense back to the 4 women's backline.
Referee looking at time. I think it is over as Mozambique claim the 3rd position here in this tournament, the COSAFA Under-17 Girl Championship, the 2025 edition. And Mozambique again claiming that 3rd position, and Zimbabwe taking the 4th position in this tournament here, the 2025 edition of the Under-17 Girls Championships. I mean, your overall impression of this match?
It was for me a thrilling contest. Zimbabwe tried to give it everything, but in the wrong moment, because they only did that in the dying minutes of the match. But
that's the man, I mean the lady of the match, player of the match. That is Dewini Mapua.
No, that is Jessica. That is Jessica Anderson.
Yes, thanks for that correction there, Salome.
And really, we need to give credit to the Mozambican players are known as the Mambinas.
Yes.
They were tactically disciplined, dangerous in their attack, and they showed great maturity to close out the game, especially in these final minutes. As for Zimbabwe, they can walk away with heads held high. Dee Mapua, really, really an exciting player. Alicia, very smart captain as well. But 3rd place goes out to Mozambique, well-deserved, as they came into this match really prepared.
Yeah.
And for Zimbabwe, a profound run can only promise more for the future.
And that is it for us in the commentary box here. We will be leaving it for Michelle. And thank you very much, Salome, for coming through. And I am Donald Borosing Chwaro. We go to the touchline for some analysis.
Coach, congratulations, a 3-2 win over Zimbabwe. How are you feeling after that match?
Bom, muito obrigado primeiro pela felicitação. Foi um bom jogo, Sabíamos que o jogo seria muito complicado, não é? Falhamos ir à final, mas também vínhamos conscientes de que tínhamos que pelo menos ocupar o 3º lugar. Yes.
For the first, I would like to say thank you for the grateful. This match was very difficult. The last match we failed to advance to the next stage, but we do it today.
Coach, what does the future look like for Mozambique?
Bom, para já, primeiro eu queria agradecer a todos os treinadores que trabalham com o futebol feminino e também a FMF que tem nos apoiado bastante. Daqui para frente nós vamos levantar a cabeça. Estamos desde 2023 a cair sempre no 3º lugar, mas o nosso foco é ir mesmo à final, ainda não conseguimos. Mas nós esperamos que trabalhando mais podemos lá chegar e vamos continuar a trabalhar.
Thank you, Mozambican Football Federation, for the work. And we start this work in 2023, and our focus now is to advance to the final.
Congratulations, Coach, and the best of luck.
Thank you.
Coach, unfortunate loss there for you in the 3rd place match. Talk to us about maybe what didn't go your way today.
I feel we failed to utilize the chances going forward. At first, we failed to possess the ball, so our opponents were the one who were with the ball throughout. So, second half, I told the girls at half time, let's possess the ball, going forward. So we managed to score. Unfortunately, we failed to score more.
Coach, what would your message be to your girls? They showed a lot of character and fight, especially in that second half. What would your message be?
I can say I'm happy with the courage that they had second half. They improved from first half. Some of them, they are new. So it's an improvement from the last COSAFA games to this. So we'll keep working hard.
Good luck and all the best with that mission, Coach.
Thank you so much.
And we have our third place crowned champion, of course, that is Mozambique, that walks away with a 3-2 victory over Zimbabwe. Now, what a dramatic game it was indeed. A bit of a seesaw.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
A bit of a seesaw.
Yes,
How are you feeling, Lovisa?
First and foremost, I'm just happy I got my prediction right. You didn't give me credit for that. I'll do it myself.
Forced credit.
And I'm happy that the Mozambican side ended on a high note. Their dignity and pride has been restored. Going back home, I think they will. They're happy for the result and for the third place that they have gotten.
Lady Anna, unfortunately not a dramatic ending as you predicted, not a 2-2 but a 3-2. How do you feel about Zimbabwe and their fight back in that second half?
Coming into the second half, I think Zimbabwe really put on a good fight. You could see they really want this for themselves. Clapping back every time Mozambique, called, they would answer back and say, okay, no, we are still in this. Until the last minute, Zimbabwe fought for this. So it was a beautiful second half to watch. If only they started it on that high note, I think they would have done way better than they did with the final result.
Now, Lovisa, talk to us about maybe one or two players that really stood out for you in that second half, that made a difference, that contributed to that ultimate victory for Mozambique.
I would give credit to Edite. As per usual, she really did perform very well, and they made a tactical change which was very smart. When they scored the goal, they made sure they moved Edite backwards to just stabilize that defense, which was a very good move from the coaches. And also Jessica, winning player of the match, I think she really performed better in the second half as opposed to the first half.
Now, Lady Anna, the likes of Zimbabwe, we could see from the first half, or from the full-time stats, that they had a fight back, but the possession remained on 45-55 with a goal attempts of 15 and 14. So they did get a majority of the goal attempts, a lot more action for them in that second half. Your thoughts?
Yes, CJ, coming into the second half, I think the coach really told them the importance of, trying to get those 3 points today. And the girls really showed in the second half why they want this for themselves. Some players stepped up. The likes of Zvinoira also very consistent in the second half, the number 11, the centre back. Then you had the likes of Hazel also stepping up once again. Maya also coming to the party every now and then, way better than the second half in yesterday's match. And then Dee obviously being the problem solver of the team, coming through once again for the team. I think Zimbabwe really had a lovely second half, and it only goes to show with the stats that they really wanted this goals to happen. Until the last minute they were going for goal. So it was a beautiful second half for Zimbabwe.
How did your nerves feel in those last few minutes? I mean, Zimbabwe was really coming at it and trying to capitalize on those last few minutes that they had.
If I was the coach, moments like that would have been nerve-wracking, because you could see the last minute Zimbabwe was really coming to Mozambique. There was even an opportunity where they had a one-on-one and almost scored. But the goalkeeper of Mozambique really came, and then she saved that for the Mozambican side. So it was really nerve-wracking.
Now, maybe just lastly, one or two players that stood out for you that you think could be a great prospect for the national team for the Zimbabwean side.
Yes, definitely Dee. We have been highlighting Dee for the past how many days, the whole week it has been about Dee. I think another player that we should be looking at is Hazel, obviously, and then their goalkeeper, Isabella, very lovely to watch. I can't wait to see how great all of these girls become, in the next 5 to 10 years, CJ.
Next 5 to 10 years, or perhaps next year as they take on the Brave Gladiators, Lovisa. Are they gonna be joining you on the pitch side?
Probably. Also, some of the players that also stood out for me from the Mozambican side, Grasa, the goalkeeper, from the first minute, you could see she was really standing out. Victoria on the right wing, she really played an exceptional game. And Edite, for me, she's a contender for player of the tournament for this championship.
Now there you have it. Thank you, ladies. Of course, that was the third place playoff. Loads of drama still intended for today. So to our viewers out there, don't move your feet. Quickly go get something to snack, dash back and get ready, because it's the final that is coming up, and we're bringing it to you live here from the Hage Geingob Stadium in the heart of Namibia's capital, Windhoek. Please do join us in a moment or two as we bring you that build-up for the final.